Conditioner. Mother, father, sister, huh? Okay. These are all nouns. Pencil, ball pen. Okay? So, a gerund is a verb form. It's a verb. It's a verb plus ing. Huh? It's a verb plus ing. For example, love plus ing, loving. Sit plus ing, sitting. But of course, you have to write another T.
Yes.
Okay? Spelling changes. Okay. Walk plus ing, walking. So a gerund is a verb form plus, it's a verb plus ing, and it is equals to noun. Do you follow? So it's verb plus ing equals to, what do you have? Verb plus ing, it will give you a noun. And noun is equal to gerund. Do you follow the equation?
Yes.
Verb plus ing equals to noun equals to gerund. Okay, so that's the pattern. Okay, let's have the examples there. Okay, it says there. Please read key points at gerund. Mike, please read.
Key point. A gerund is usually defined as a word ending in ing that is formed from a verb and that function as a noun. Specifically used as a subject in complement, an object of the preposition, a direct object, and an opposite.
Okay. A gerund has 5 uses. So let us discuss the 5 uses of a gerund. Okay, number 1. A gerund is used as a subject. Okay, we have an example there. Exercising is good for our health. Okay. What is the gerund? Of course, it's exercising. So it's exercise plus ing. Exercising. Exercising is good for our health. Now, please do not confuse a gerund to a verb that ends in ing. Do not confuse because it's quite confusing. Okay, let's say for instance this one. The girl is exercising every day. Do we have a gerund? The girl is exercising every day. You don't have a gerund, but you have a verb in the ing form, the present progressive. What's the verb in that sentence? Is exercising. That's the verb. So you don't have a gerund. Because in that sentence, ing, the word ing there functions as a verb, not as a noun. So if an ing word functions as a noun, then it's a gerund. If it gives action, then what is it?
Verb.
It's a verb. Okay, so number 1, exercising is good for our health. How do we know that the gerund there is used as a subject? Very easy. How do we know that the gerund is used here as a subject? It is a topic and it occupies the subject position. Usually when you write a sentence, where is usually the subject? That's the first word in the sentence. Okay? So it occupies the subject position. So in this case, exercising here is the gerund that is used as a subject. Okay. Anybody can give me another example of a gerund that is used as a subject? You can talk about your hobbies or the activities that you like to do. Oh, Adrian, what is it that you like to do? Huh? Okay. So please make me a sentence having sleeping as the subject. Use the subject. Okay, sleeping is my hobby. Charay. Okay, playing computer is my favorite hobby. Okay, let us compare their sentences. You said, sleeping is my hobby. What's the gerund? Sleeping. And it composes of one word only, sleeping. Whereas gerund said, playing computer is my hobby. You have the gerund playing, but still you have other words. Computer. Playing computer. So what do you call playing computer?
Verb.
it's what? Since it is composed of more than one word, then you call it a gerund phrase. Okay? Gerund phrase. In some books, it's gerundial. Gerundial phrase. Okay? So gerund phrase or gerundial phrase. Now, you can make your gerund a gerund phrase. How? Oh, you add words like what? Sleeping in my comfortable bed is my hobby. So what's the gerund phrase? Sleeping in my comfortable bed. What is the subject is sleeping in my comfortable bed, and that subject is a gerund. What's the verb?
Comfortable.
A gerund is not a verb. Sleeping in my comfortable bed is my hobby.
Happy.
Is.
Ikaw sa L.
Is the verb.
Pwede.
Do you know that is a verb?
No.
M is R, was word, they are verbs. Huh? You know that, but we forgot. Okay. Can we have another example of a gerund used as a subject? Oh, you talk about your activities that you like doing the most. Oh,
Watching
JD.
movies. It's positive. It's good for your health. Good for your health. It will make you more fun. Selfie.
Very good.
Selfie.
Reading can improve our vocabulary.
Char.
Okay? So let's see. Let's discuss grammar. What is the subject? Reading. And reading, the subject is considered a gerund. Okay. What is the verb?
Is. Can.
There's no R there.
Yes.
Our. It's not our, it's our. Reading can improve our vocabulary. Okay. Can is a modal and it's considered auxiliary verb. Okay. But then give me the complete verb. Can you? That's the complete verb. What's the modal? What's the auxiliary verb? Can. All modals are auxiliary verbs like can, should, may, will, might. Okay. Okay, that is the problem with K to 12. You know what's the problem with K to 12? Huh? You are not taught well with grammar. Parang you already forgot about what's the verb, identification of the word in the sentence. That's the problem with K to 12. Nagiging mahina kayo sa grammar. That is also what we have observed. Most of the lessons are what? Literature. Diba? Stories, poems. Okay, let's go to number 2. What's the second use?
Subject.
Use as subjective complement. Okay, everybody, let's read the sample sentence.
Kaila's
favorite
exercise is jogging.
Okay. So do not tell me if I say, okay, why do you say that jogging here is used as subjective complement?
Because it's
Not
like
because
the
it's
name
it's at the end. No.
Hindi kasi yung
If it's at the beginning, use as a subject. I'll consider that. But for subject complement, if you say, Mom, because it's placed at the end. There is a clue to that. What do you think is the hint? What word comes before jogging?
Is.
What is is? What kind of verb?
modal. Modal.
Okay, it's a